JJ on the mic tonight, chilling with a good vibe, everything's alright. Loud smoke in the air, laughter fills the room. Sipping on the brew, just let the good times bloom. Roll another one, cause the night is young. Stories flowing like water, man, this is fun. From wild adventures to dreams so vast. In our cozy little nook, the moments will last. We're laughing in the light of the moon. Hefty and JJ making tunes. No need for fancy talk, just keep it raw. Escape the grind, let the chill unfold. Microphone in hand, we embrace the day. Capturing tales in our own special way. Nothing scripted, just hearts pouring out. This is how we live, no fear, no doubt. Microphone in hand, we embrace the day. Capturing tales in our own special way. Nothing scripted, just hearts pouring out. This is how we live, no fear, no doubt.
Hello and what is up, YouTube? Welcome to your weekly dose of random nonsense. But this one's a little more special because we have Jared Leto Skeletor with us today.
All right.
Fuck it, I'm out.
No, I love you. I'm just kidding. But yes, we are here to entertain you for the next 2 hours as we talk about movies and movie effects and makeup effects and all the effects in the circumference of effects.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I said that so much just now.
That works.
Effects?
Effects?
Is it going to affect us with the effects? Or are we going to be affected or effected?
Ooh, maybe effected.
You're going to be affected by the effects.
Oh!
Yeah, so you guys are going to get infected by the affected infectiousness or infectious. There's going to be a lot of stuff.
JJ, you and Hefty are like, you're sound like it's quiet, like your microphone's away or something.
Oh, no, Chantel. And in the intro, I've noticed that it is singular, but I believe that me and Jimmy together, we are the expert when we're together, not separate. But then again, Jimmy didn't send that to me to proofread before he
I did not.
sent it. So.
I'm really bad about misspelling shit and just throwing it out there.
And then I'm like, hey, you got to take it down. You got to fix this. He's like, damn it.
I'm the same way. I can't spell for shit, so he's always the one going, that's
I
not
just
right.
get super excited to put stuff out.
I just don't spell well. That's my excuse.
And now it's part of the show. Why do you think Clouds and Stouts always had a capital C and a capital L? Because I screwed it up one time and we left it.
Nice,
And it was
okay.
there for a year.
Just leave it there. Who cares?
That's really why we shut it down, because of misspelling. It wasn't because, we were drinking ourselves into stupors in an early grave. It was because of Jimmy's horrible spelling.
It wasn't the cirrhosis of the liver that was developing.
Understandable. There's,
What cirrhosis sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So who wants to go first, man? I know where my chips fall on this. So,
Oh, yeah.
I might
Are
still-
you wanting us to have bring up clips and stuff, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we can do that.
Ooh, that would be kind of fun.
That works for me, yeah.
Let me find a clip of mine. And it's not going to be the thing. I'm not going to do the thing.
But that's what I made the background for.
Okay. Oh, we'll show some of the thing.
Yay.
But I've got another one here.
It's Groovy's favorite Christmas movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what category or anything that we talk about. Jimmy finds a way to make the thing come up in that. Kind of like Space Odyssey 2000 whatever. Like he's like, oh yeah, we gotta bring this up. I'm like, how many times do I have to fucking hear about Hal? Okay, I don't give a shit.
I'm sorry, Travis, if that disturbs you.
Look what you've done to poor Jimmy.
All right. You want me to bring one up?
Yep. I'm ready
All
when
right,
you.
here we go. Let me share my screen. Pop it up here. Find all this stuff. All right, here we go. Oh,
Alrighty.
I didn't share the sound. I'm an asshole. Hold on.
No worries.
Oh, great movie. Great effects.
Yeah.
I bet I know which scene you're going to pull up.
Also include the audio. Yes. Oh, I have to do. God dang it. Okay.
As you can tell, people, we don't have this planned before we start. So
Yeah, that's kind of key.
Okay.
Random.
There it is. Okay.
Why would anybody watch a scum show like Videodrome? Why did you watch it, Max? Business reasons. Sure. What about the other reasons?
Max Wren is a victim.
I woke up with a headache.
He has been exposed to Videodrome.
I've been hallucinating for a while, ever since.
What? Since I first saw Videodrome.
His brain is already receiving video images. I think that massive doses of Videodrome signal will ultimately produce and control hallucination to the point that it will change human reality. Soon, his visions will coalesce and become uncontrollable flesh. Videodrome is seducing Max Wren.
Please, come to me now. Come to Nikki.
and I just finished.
Max Wren has nothing to stop it.
What makes you think I need help? None of our test subjects has returned to normality.
Television can change your mind. Videodrome will change your body.
Long live the new flesh.
It will shatter your reality. Videodrome, starring Deborah Harry and James Woods. A shocking new vision from the creator of Scanners. Coming soon to a theater near you from Universal Pictures.
That's a great movie, and
So
it's got James Woods.
I almost went with Scanners, but I went with Videodrome.
Yeah, Videodrome's a good one, and I love the. I want to talk about that one TV effect that they do because I always really liked that, which carried over into Nightmare on Elm Street, and they also did it Mario Bava's Demons 2.
Yeah.
Which is where they had like the neoprene or whatever it
Spandex.
was. Yeah, so spandex basically, and they would have it, draped over the TV set or the screen, or in Nightmare on Elm Street's case, like the wall above where Nancy was sleeping, and Freddy would kind of come out of it like that, and it would press, and it would look like you're kind of. Well, what a great effect! And with the projection that they did with the white
static
screen too,
yeah.
I thought
Yeah, they had to project that at just the right angle and stuff to keep it. So
yeah.
It's
what a simple but effective effect. Which I think
and then
purpose of most of these.
and then later in the movie, you get the whole VHS vagina in his stomach and all that stuff.
Yeah, was what I thought you were going to bring up. I think I have that movie. I'll check it.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Long live the new flesh.
You might like it. It's
different.
good for what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I would do a back-to-back Scanners and Videodrome night because they're both David Cronenberg. They're both great movies with great special effects.
So is that our next movie night? Duel.
Do a
Scanners
Cronenberg night
and Videodrome.
Yeah,
that does sound nice.
Now,
Robert Englund was in V. That's true.
My problem is I'm going to pull up Evil Dead.
Yes.
But Evil Dead, for me, the scene that I love the practical effects the most is from Evil Dead 2. And
Ready?
it's the laughter scene. Yeah, I'm ready.
Gotcha.
Oh, that is a great scene.
This is my favorite scene with all practical effects, no CGI, and just put you in. Now, this is 2 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole 2 minutes, but I just want to show the practical effects. There is no CGI. All the blood is blood. All the stuff they've made, the props they made themselves, which is where I get a lot of my motivation when it comes to our movie, is because I want it all to be practical. I want it to be something that somebody just like us in the future that wants to make a movie, their first movie. We're just trying to show them that it is fucking possible, and you don't have to have an entire CGI budget or anything. You can just make a good movie based off what you can build, what you can, buy, honestly, and then what you can shoot. It's about which angle you shoot at, whether stuff works or not. So that's what I'm super excited about. But here we go.
Gotcha, didn't I, you little sucker?
I love Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, so how they did that is he's laying down, obviously, on a board, and they just have a huge vat. If you read If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor, it talks about these two movies, how they filmed. And there is so much blood, like he thought he was going to drown as he was filming this, and that's how Sam Raimi gets the best reaction stuff. So be prepared, guys. He tortures people in his movies to get the best reactions out of people. I'm not going to torture anybody, but I just love the practical effects. And my favorite is his practical effect when he wiped his face.
Blow your butt, the kingdom come!
When he wipes his face and it all goes clean somehow, except for his cuts.
Yeah.
My favorite scene right here.
I love it.
You think they like cut frames out of this, like physical cut them to make it look jerky? That's a Pixar line. New Superman, y'all. Oh.
So that's it. That's all I'm gonna play on it. But
and then the fucking he hears the door and he shoots, and it's fucking Bobby Jones. What a great movie!
But
Bobby.
that whole thing I love how they came up with just the most innocuous little things to make it move, just so it like fit in with this whole scene. I just love Sam Raimi's way of filming and shooting and how he thinks about how he wants to shoot stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen a bad Sam Raimi movie. At least none that I can think of off the top of my head.
Do what?
No, not really.
Right? I can't. I mean, even the one he did with the Strange was pretty good.
Spider-Man was not great.
You know, I haven't watched Darkman in forever. I need to go back and rewatch
That
that.
was a lot of fun. There were some really great effects in that one.
Yeah, he was the last. That's what Bruce Campbell, the very last scene in the whole movie. He was the last mask.
Well, JJ, it sounds like, and I'm not trying to keep harping on this, but it sounds like it's going through like your laptop microphone instead of your microphone.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like Hefty sounds like he's like 5 miles away.
Better?
I don't know.
Because it's like right here.
Yeah, I don't think it's going through that microphone.
Interesting.
Check out your StreamYard. They may have swapped it on you.
That's what it is. It is going through your stuff. That one? Better?
No.
Oh.
I mean, somewhat
Wait.
better.
Better?
Bro.
That's a little better.
Yeah, that's good.
My bad. I didn't realize it switched. Yeah,
No,
I was
that's
going
all right.
through the one on the camera, not this one. So thank
Well,
you.
I just knew if I could barely hear you, the people in the audience could probably really barely hear you. So
That's probably for the best. I'm allowed to.
no, we want to hear you, Hefty. That you're the reason Chantel's here.
That, well,
They're
Ah, look at him blushing.
Oh, shucks, guys. Shucks.
I remember watching Darkman when I was a kid, and I know it's one of those movies probably you're not supposed to like, but I watched that thing on like repeat. I
That's a good
loved
movie,
Darkman as a kid.
Yeah.
Like it was one of my favorites.
I remember Darkman and Rocketeer came out about the same time. Another good.
Oh, the
Dracula
Rocketeer. I
cartoon.
fucking love the Rocketeer.
I pretty much hate
Where is it? Where's what? The rocket.
Flying through space.
But Rocketeer and Dick Tracy came out around the same time, and I always get the enemies in the Rocketeer and Dick Tracy mixed up a lot of the times.
I was always a Dick Tracy over Rocketeer fan. I love them both, but between the two, I love Dick Tracy. My old man,
I know
when
you
I was
loved it.
growing up, crazy. When I was growing up, he had like a fucking before these were so commonplace. He had a hardbound or a hardcover like Dick Tracy, just hundreds of pages of like the old school like comics, like from like the black and whites to the colors and stuff like that, which I used to like.
That's pretty cool.
I used to pour over it, and I used to love that shit.
Nice.
So I was always kind of more a Dick Tracy guy. But Rocketeer was still kick ass, man. Don't get me wrong.
He had the greatest costume, and the helmet was just fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. His helmet. Who said his helmet was sweet?
Yeah.
Like a big old thing. Got that flat face in the back, and it's got the swoopy thing in the back.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off my camera and I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone to go set up for outside. Don't bring me up until I give you a thumbs
All
up.
right.
Gotcha.
All right, I'll be right back. And by the way, we're showing you practical effects of what we're gonna be using. Some of them. All right.
Yes.
Now,
All right. And is he gone? Okay, good.
I'm still fucking here.
Yeah, I can hear him yelling already. Yeah, one of my
Still fucking hear you.
there it is. Mine is Tom Savini. I love him. That is not a big surprise to anybody.
No, I agree. He's one of my favorites.
I mean, he'll give credit to Lon Chaney and Rick Baker and all these guys that were doing effects before. Lon Chaney obviously being the Phantom of the Opera, when he would put fish hooks in his shit to just stretch his face out and everything. Like the guy literally suffered for his art. And then you have guys like Rick Baker, who did Planet of the Apes and The Exorcist and all these other movies and stuff like that. And then Tom Savini, who his protege was Greg Nicotero, who is like the N and KNB effects. If you guys ever see that, it's Kurtzman, Nicotero, and Berger effects. But Tom Savini was just like, if you saw a splatter movie in the 80s, chances were that there was a good chance that Savini did the effects.
Or he was involved. Speaking of Savini and Baker, I know you don't have Instagram, but you really, both of them have like art channels where they do paintings on Instagram, both of them. And they're both really phenomenal
I've seen a lot of Savini's paintings before. Yeah, he's a very talented guy. And
Rick Baker's good too. Yeah.
Mind
blowingly good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
I always like the effect in The Exorcist where it's where they write on the inside of her stomach, "Help me," so you can see it like press out. That's always, even as a kid, has been one of my that effect is so.
Well,
good.
Before I'd even seen that movie, I read a book on effects on how they did that.
Yeah.
So I knew how they did it, which was always my thing with it. It was always like a magic effect.
Oh.
I
think I was just a kid the first time I saw The Exorcist, and I'd screwed up and watched like 15 minutes of it, and it fucked me up for like 2 weeks. Like I couldn't sleep. So
yeah, that movie's hard.
But, it came out about the year I was born, or maybe a little after. I was it 72 or something when it came out, or
somewhere right around 72 or 74.
So it was on TV, and it was even the TV edit, but it fucking scared the shit out of me. So
I think that was the first place I saw it was on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, we all saw the TV edit before we got to see the real deal.
All right, Travis.
So speaking of our little practical effects, YouTube, calm down. This
Yeah.
is a prop gun. This is plastic. It's just painted up to look like a real one.
Not a real pew pew.
But this is one of our props, and Travis is going to demonstrate some of our other props.
So I have I've been kind of in charge of the
not your bag.
what?
I always want to give Chantel the option not to watch for this for the gun stuff.
Oh, so I have two different things here. So we got our blood pump, which is where we can make it squirt to where it's like arterial bleeding or just oozing. Right now, I have it set up to where. Let me see. Here we go. Ready?
Nice.
It just pours blood. So that's more for like exsanguination, like a big stab or something where you just have the blood just pull out. And then you have the arterial where we can just pump it up harder and we just pump the
Hey, Billy.
we just do it like that. So that is that. So but y'all want the good stuff. Y'all want the gunshot and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Just so you know, YouTube, it's not blood. It's juice.
Yeah, it's juice.
It is well, that's the thinnest blood ever because that is Hawaiian Punch, my friends. And so we have been testing with this mannequin and this shirt. Here's the thing: it's not going to look like this in real life because this is just hoses, and this is a actual mannequin. So it's not like it's going to bend or anything around it. So when we come with the shotgun blast with Jimmy, so he would have his shotgun, he would cock, and he would fire, and then we just go 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And then we have that shotgun blast.
Man, you can almost do like an alien effect.
Yeah.
Chest burst.
I just sprayed fake blood all over my phone.
Sweet.
And yeah, those are the two things I was gonna show for the blood. Hopefully that's cool. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna wipe my stuff off, and then I'll be back in the office. Then I will get back on.
All right.
Good.
Okay, is he gone?
I can still hear you.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's
This
cool.
is gonna be pretty wild when this shit all goes down.
I'm surprised the CO2 thing worked that good because the first couple times he tried it, it didn't blow that good. So he's got it figured out now. Looks like.
Yeah, because that kicked out really well. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, damn.
Yeah.
We've got a little box full of prosthetics here. Not going to tell anybody what all these do, but we got some stuff to glue on some folks. Got some other props down here, but I can't show you those because I'd be spoiling things and giving things away. So,
And we're not doing that here.
Nope. That costs some money.
oh, and a box full of blanks.
Yes.
These blanks will not be fired while anybody else is on set. They will. We're going to be ultra super safe.
Which again, I've brought that up in a lot of the meetings that we've had on Discord that I really think is really cool about this is that's pretty much the number one thing. Like safety, then make a kick-ass movie.
Yeah. Last thing I would want to do is have anybody get hurt.
Except be like, Jimmy, why you do this to me?
All right, so I didn't even know how that looked. Did it look okay? Because I
Looked
couldn't
great.
see on the phone.
Yeah, it looked kick-ass.
That was great.
It had like the whole big.
Yeah, the nice kick, and it kind of like sat there for a second. That was
Nice.
cool.
And let's see what else we got. We showed knives. We already showed knives, so we can
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Let's
nice
see.
show.
So we started out when we first came up with the idea of this. We're like, we're gonna get a knife, a prop knife, and then find a real knife. Why am I echoing?
I don't know.
You're not on yeah.
Anyway, is anybody else hearing echo?
Nope.
I heard it for a second, but now it stopped.
Yeah. So we went and we got a prop knife, and we're like, we'll just find a real knife to kind of match the prop knife and kind of do that. And this is what we originally started with for our movie. This is the first prop that we bought. And guess what? We did all that stuff. And we planned and we looked around for a knife, and then we couldn't find one to match it. So that one's no good. But we do have the knives that we are using.
Now that's a knife.
That's a
You
knife.
call that a knife? That's not a knife. These are knives.
That's true.
So this is what we're using for the movie. So there you go. Everybody gets to see. This is the actual knives being used in the movie. Woo!
That's the same one I got at my place. I'm giving to Sam, right?
Yep. Same one. Yeah, he sent me the link for the one he got, and then I grabbed that one. Like I said, I'll get another one this week, so got an extra.
That's funny.
Okay.
The knife people are like, why is this one particular knife bottle is selling very well these couple weeks? What's going
People
on?
really like this one.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that's just about all that I can safely show without ruining anything else that we haven't already discussed.
Because
JJ, what's your practical effects movie, man? Give us something good.
mine, that's a good one. I would have to say, and me and Hefty were talking about the other day, it's something he's never seen, but it's The Guyver with Mark Hamill. Like, the way that they did those effects in that movie where he's turning into the bug and shit, and his, like, face is stretching out.
That was badass.
That's really fucking cool. Like, I think that would be my go-to. 'Cause I love that.
1990s gold right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was one of the weird people who had saw the anime, and then I saw that movie on the shelf. I was like, no fucking way. Mark Hamill as the Guyver. Like,
And then you go into it, and that's not what
Yeah.
happened.
yeah. He's in the movie.
Yep.
Come on. Yeah.
But his name is on the top of the movie too, and it's like his picture in the front, Mark Hamill. Then you go to watch.
Well, that
it,
was the draw. He's like in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's.
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I watched this movie to see Luke Skywalker, and he was barely in it. And now he's a bug.
Yep.
What's a piece of practical effects that's kind of made you ill, like sick to watch? Is there any practical effect from a horror movie? And I'll start with The Gates of Hell, with the chick throwing up her guts.
Guts, hell yeah!
Oh my god, that almost made me puke the first time I watched it. And it was,
shirt that has that on it.
oh yeah, it's just like,
That's a Freight Rag when I watch
because it kind of starts off looking weird, and then by the time, like, because they're actual guts, I think, when it's streaming out,
Yeah.
and just the sound she's making and stuff, that one almost made me puke.
Gross.
Mine was, and I can absolutely tell you without a shadow of a doubt. So in the movie Dead Alive, it was the scene where they're eating breakfast,
Oh.
and I'm sitting there and I'm eating chicken cordon bleu while I'm watching this movie because I'm like, I've seen this.
Oh no.
And it's the scene where they're eating the pudding and she fucking like squirts the goo in the pudding,
Pus.
and
Yeah.
the guy just eats it like wrenching gravy, just how I like it. I'm sitting there like, oh my fucking god, stuff. But that was.
I miss the old Peter Jackson, man.
Yes, me too. There's supposed to be a release of that coming out in the next couple of years.
Oh, nice.
It was
Even for
very
me, like
tough,
when I watched
yeah.
that movie when you let me borrow it, I was like, oh god.
And that was, again, you want to talk about 90s gold. That was like 95, 96 maybe. That movie
Remember-
came out.
I like the what was it, like the uncle's gut pile or something,
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
butt. It was,
Yeah. Yeah, it farted. Yeah.
yeah.
I think if we're talking about like 90s and stuff and like stuff, I think American Werewolf in Paris, not American Werewolf in London. I love American Werewolf in Paris. A lot of people shit on that movie. I love it. I don't care what anybody says. I like the main actor in it. I've liked him. Yeah, I've liked him in everything I've ever seen him in. And I think with the transformation, with coming out the mouth and then the stretch and stuff, it was a little bit unsettling.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's like what is that one cover art? I think it's like Brotherhood of the Wolf. It's like an 80s movie,
Yeah.
where it's got like the dude's face, but the wolf snout coming out of the
Mhm.
mouth. And I'm like, oh, that is box art. That was back when they did box art proper.
Well, you saw that on the box art, and then you thought, "There's no way they do that in a movie." Like
And
it,
they sure
they
do.
did, yeah.
They sure do.
I mean, it's not as good as Wolf Cop, but you know,
And Wolf Cop would have been a whole different box art.
I mean, Wolf Cop, you had a wolf red rocket. Okay,
Mhm.
A wolf red rocket. They did a transformation where you saw a wolf red rocket. So do with that what you will.
You do with that what you will.
Oh, I did. I already finished twice.
Oh, Red Rocket, Red Rocket.
Red rocket, yum.
Yum. No. Oh no.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
That's not a good yum.
But
what about you, Jimmy? What's one of the ones that made you sick, dude?
It's not even a horror movie. Van Wilder, The Eclairs. I could not get through that fucking scene.
Yeah.
The guy's like, when he was stringing it off his fingers.
It's like,
that's
oh,
why
I've
I was
tasted
like,
this.
no,
I've
I
tasted
can't-
this before.
It's like I can't
It's so
fucking do
warm.
it.
I think mine would have to be from the wall.
You got this. I believe in you, bro.
From the wall.
Walking Dead. Yeah.
When
there
he
we go.
hit fucking Glenn in the head and his fucking
Yes.
eyeballs all bulgy.
No.
The first time I watched that, I was just like, oh, like you could feel it right here. I was just like,
It's
oh,
like
God.
Maggie.
Okay, I just want to be real when it comes to The Walking Dead and stuff like that. Negan is not the bad guy, just so y'all know. Negan is the survivor. He's the one that I would be in The Walking Dead, to be honest. I would.
I could see that. I'm not even gonna lie. I can honestly.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna give all my resources to save everybody else. No, fuck you. I'm surviving first.
Yep.
I would be. I'd definitely be Rick.
I'd be on Jimmy's side.
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm with you, bro. Let's go.
You don't have it's not about size, it's just saying like
Oh,
that's
it
how
is.
I would be
I-
in a zombie apocalypse. I would be
see,
the
I would
Negan.
see myself as a Rick. You know, just because I would be trying to I guess finish out as a good guy. Doesn't matter.
There's no such thing as morals anymore in the future. If that's the case, it's just survival. And Negan is going to survive way longer than Rick.
I mean, Rick does kind of survive for a long time.
Well, also, it didn't follow the comic, so.
Oh, I know. After they, off the kid.
But another movie that's not a horror movie, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. With the monkey brains, and when they cut open the snake and the baby snakes fell out of it and all that stuff, I was like, ooh, chilled monkey brains. Ooh, The Fly.
Yeah, that's good. Necromantic was really good too. But yeah, The Fly was, man, there is just so much squirting and drippy and hairs, and like it was like classic. It was like at their prime, Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum. And they
Gina
were
Davis has never been attractive ever.
Ever.
No, I take that back. A League of Their Own. She was attractive in that one. A League of Their Own.
I had a Gina Davis crush when I was
I'm
young.
with Jimmy on that one, man. Beetlejuice and League of Their Own. League of Their Own kind of solidified it, but yeah, the Fly and Beetlejuice. I was like, ooh, what's up?
But I really like The Fly too, as well. Like a lot of people shit on that one. I was like,
The second one?
you're getting sick. I'm getting better. I love that movie. And he's like doing the maze, and he just looks over and he's like, and does the maze and holds it up. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Marsha Dell's just always had the hots for Jeff Goldblum. And I honestly couldn't understand it. Like when we first got married, way back in the 90s.
In that movie. Dude was ripped in the
she was
Fly.
talking about Jeff Goldblum. I'm like, the guy from fucking what was
Jurassic Park. Like,
what was the movie with Kevin Costner was the corpse, The Big Chill. I was like, Jeff Goldblum from The Big Chill, that guy's hot to you? Like he was the nerd in The Big Chill, but yeah, she's like, yeah, like I had no idea. I guess I don't know what hot guys look
And
like.
then Jimmy saw Independence Day, and he came out with a freedom boner for Goldblum. He's like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Life finds a way into
It's
your
like,
life.
What?
And I love how they had to have him in that with the one shot with the shirt all open, all
Yeah.
he's playing there like the Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, we did that
barrel.
on purpose. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can tell just by the way he's like smirking about it. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, they did this shit on purpose.
Stop talking about the fat lady. You're obsessed with the fat lady. I think Jeff Goldblum's an awesome actor.
I agree with that.
I do as well.
He's in
Well,
so many of my
think
favorites.
about how much he had to sell that as The Fly, like another Cronenberg movie, but just to sell those effects, like most people wouldn't sell it as good as he
Yeah.
did.
I mean, what was it? Flashing lights and smoke.
Yeah.
And that's all they really did besides a honeycomb looking fucking like
Yeah.
thing. That's it.
Yep.
So it's like everything else he has to sell that as like the scientific. Oh, look at all these computers and stuff behind me. Ooh.
I loved one of my favorite monologues from that is when he's talking about going into insect politics.
Oh yeah.
I just thought that was such a cool, and it took a couple watchings to like really get what he was getting at, like with it. But I thought that was a really awesome piece of dialogue in that movie.
Hefty, with you being a big Savini fan, are you more of a Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead? Just as far as effects.
But Day was when he was in his heyday. Yeah, that was that's
one of my favorites.
And he had one of the biggest crews working for him, you know, on that one.
Yeah.
You know, again, he had Nicoteri and Tasso Stavrakis, and like there was a lot of other people that he had under his belt that ended up going on to, and I'm forgetting a lot of names here, but he had a huge crew working for him. They were just like pumping out these like zombie appliances left and right, like small, medium, and large, and like, you know, they had masks for the back ones, and they were like living in these terrible conditions, like the mine and stuff like that, where they would just get basically mushrooms growing in their fucking lungs and stuff like that. So it was like underground, and all like the black shit from like the mining pit or wherever it was, or the, you know, the underground storage was wild, man. But those effects were phenomenal. So yes,
you know, you guys know me, I'm like a sound guy, but that voice break when they pull the one soldier's head off.
Yes, and the vocal cord stretch, and then like heighten, and then it snapped. Yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah.
That made the whole movie for me. That one scene.
Gruesome. Yeah. That was actually also Tasso Stavrakis.
Ah, nice.
I feel like I'm like the outcast here because my favorite of the Dead movies is the Dawn of the Dead remake. I love that movie.
The Zack Snyder one.
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah,
it was not a bad movie.
I enjoyed it.
Just because I was like, oh, she's pregnant, she's gonna give birth to a baby zombie. I was hoping it was gonna like eat its way out. Awesome.
That's what I was hoping for too. I'm not gonna lie.
Wasn't Matt Fuhrer like he was one of the guys in that one, right? Like the Max Headroom guy. He was
What is going on with my camera?
No. You're gonna have to get a new camera. You're gonna have to invest.
He's like, I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah, I'll look like a TikTok, but look how smooth my skin is.
It does look smooth. Maybe it's a filter.
Ooh.
That's one we're all gonna be like, man, your camera's fine. I think your gummies are just kicking in.
Yeah, that is true.
Your gummies are kicking in.
He's just all like, what is going on?
Whoa! Fix.
I don't understand. It just says I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. But
what's up, D? Probably, yeah. I'm assuming that's where the gummies kicking in. Probably.
Yeah, Land of the Dead. Like I said, they just got a little too political with Land of the Dead. Like I don't think the zombies are going to organize. But
hell of a union though.
Yeah. I mean, but the effects and stuff in it were awesome. The chainsaw inside the armored car and all that at the end. But just the story was kind of like, I don't really think it would go this far. But I could see kind of where Romero was going with it, but it just didn't seem to fit, you know. Okay. And then I haven't watched Diary of the Dead or the later ones.
They're fine, but they're just it's not the same as the Holy Trinity.
Diary of the Dead, that's the hospital one, right?
Yeah.
That was lame.
You were not.
It wasn't great.
All right, good for me.
And the zombies kind of suck too. Well, the living dead suck because they're not zombies. But the question I have for you is, when you were growing up and you were watching movies and stuff like that, there's probably a character. So I'll give an example. This isn't my example, but like Ludo from Labyrinth, like all practical effects.
Yeah.
So was there a character that like stood out to you when you were growing up that you're like all practical effects? That just looked awesome. How the fuck did they do that? Puppeteering and stuff. So what do you got?
I got Tim Curry in Legend. as
The darkness.
the darkness. Yeah, I mean,
Show.
I don't think you could ever do a better devil type character like that. It was perfect, with his voice and those effects and just how good that makeup looked. It was awesome. That's a pretty underrated movie right there.
And the goblin in that,
Yeah.
I think they did an awesome job. He was very slimy and gross.
Yeah, that was a Ridley Scott, right?
Was in
Yeah,
trouble.
I believe that was a Ridley Scott movie, and should have gave him more credit. That's the alien guy. So, but yeah, as Darkness, Tim Curry, that's the character that stands out as an example.
If you watch it, you have Tom Cruise. That was before he got his teeth fixed, so he still has one center front tooth. It is so fucking weird. He tried to hide it the whole movie, and you're just like, ugh.
What about you?
Gross. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. Like for some reason, it's a weird 90s movie I watched. It's a gnome named Gnome. It's about a gnome who comes to our realm to like find his friend, but it's all just like somebody behind him, a puppet running around the city and stuff. And like to me, that was like the coolest thing because there was times you almost forget it's not an actual actor; it's somebody moving him around and doing what they need to do.
Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking of.
Marcia Dale says Fright Night, and I do remember Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
Yeah,
that prosthetic they put on her, that was awesome.
Yeah, she was great in that.
What about you, Hefty?
Outside of fucking, was it?
Gremlins is good with their effects.
Oh, that's true. Gremlins is
that's a good one.
Another good Christmas.
Well, Gremlins 2, they did use a lot of like computer effects and stuff. It wasn't all practical, but number one was all practical.
Yep.
And claymation, but I would consider claymation practical because you actually have to do it.
Absolutely. Anything that's like tangible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, Hellraiser, that's a good one.
Yeah, such sights to show you.
Is no tears. It is a waste of good suffering.
Love those movies.
Except for the remake. I didn't like the remake.
Maybe.
I don't normally watch the remake. I'm like,
well, they made. I mean, I know Hellraiser. Like, he's not a guy or a girl. I know in the books, like they're very androgynous and stuff. Yeah. But when you are so used to one thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Who is this skinny bitch that doesn't even like say the words right?" And you're just like, "Ugh." Like Clive Barker is so disappointed in you right now.
the remake was passable as a movie.
Yeah, we watched it at your house, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's not. It wasn't a true
Hellraiser
successor
movie.
to Hellraiser. Like it was a fine movie, but it wasn't like it didn't really hold up to the old Hellraiser 1 and 2.
So my thing that my character that I saw growing up that really blew my mind was how they did Goro in Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat movie. I love that movie. I spent many a time as a kid with all my friends. We would get to the scene where they go down before Sub-Zero and everybody shows up, and like Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, and Sonya, they're all fighting the ninjas and stuff that are running in.
Yeah.
And that's when the first time the whole song is playing. And we used to like do like, "Hey, I'm Liu Kang this time." Anyway, but when Goro came out and he was like, "Ooh, ooh," and he's like, "Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole." And I just like the puppeteer of the face. I think they did great on that. The arms was cool to me when I was growing up.
I always see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Goro's face, just the way his mouth moved and everything.
Yes.
And now that's something you'll never see.
Yes, I agree.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I said I see a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Goro when he starts talking and the way his mouth moves. It must have been kind of the same people that did it.
Oh shit, dude! Marcel's on fire, dude. Dustin's on. Oh,
ooh, that's a good.
I have a funny story about that. So the first time I ever watched that movie, I had never heard of it. Had no idea what it was about, and it was like a buddy. I like acquired a bunch of VHS tapes from like a buddy or whatever. So I was like, from dusk till dawn, I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm watching. I'm like, all right, this is like a fucking like crime movie, like a fucking heist movie or whatever. And then they get to the titty twister.
Yeah.
And my world got turned. And then I saw Tom Savini and I saw Greg Nicotero. I'm like, yo, what is fucking going on right now? That was a fantastic movie with fantastic.
Cheech Marin, if you can find a better piece of pussy, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Dude, he has like 4 different roles in that movie, 3 different roles.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you, bro.
I would say I think an underrated one is the Puppet Master franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Those effects were shitty, but so good in those movies. If that makes any sense.
The effects were the good part. The movie and everything didn't make any sense, but
No,
you
the
know,
movie's weird, but I love
the effects were cool as hell. I like the Leech Girl
Mhm.
and
That's what I was just thinking of when she's all.
what was the guy with the drill on his head? They called him Pinhead too, I think. I don't remember.
Pinhead was the larger one with the small little head.
Oh yeah, Pinhead. I can't remember what the guy with the drill name
I
was.
want to say the Tunneler.
Hmm.
I feel like that's probably it, but I could be wrong.
It has been multiple decades since I have seen Puppet Master, so I'm not even gonna lie and say, "Oh yeah, I think I remember their name." I don't. I don't remember their names. I know what they look like. I know what the cover looks like. I remember the movie, but I don't remember details.
We got
Some of them had like this, like the dumb names. Like Blade was Blade because he had the little
Yeah.
knife, and I think Six Shooter was. I think
Yeah.
that was his actual name because he had the 6 arms and whatnot. So some of their names were like based on like just what they were. It wasn't like anything creative. Like, oh, that's 6 Shooter,
Wait.
6 arms. Let's go.
We got sucked into that whole Full Moon universe for a while because Marcel worked at a video store then, and so
nice.
we just started watching them all. What was the other ones with the other toys? I can't remember. It was like
Small
Demonic-
Soldiers. That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
That was a good one.
But
I
they
do
had
love
Puppet
that.
Master versus this other set of toys in one of their movies, and it was just awesome. It's like watching the Avengers or something.
I don't know.
Now I have to look this up.
Because I know they had the ones with the bongs. They had the one like little weed characters, and they were like
Oh no,
bong
this was
monsters and shit. I remember those.
Demonic Toys.
yeah, Demonic Toys. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one, but now
That's one to put on your list. Yeah.
This is how you know it's good. On IMDb, it's rated 3.8 out of 10.
Nice. That's gonna be a great movie.
Mhm.
And I think our trailer looks better than their trailer.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wait
'Cause
till
they
we
were
get a real
banging
trailer.
that shit out at one point.
Yeah, that's even
they
our
don't
fake
care.
trailer. That's not even the real one.
Oh, it's so bad.
Demonic toys.
I think it's only fair if I'm going to watch this, you'll have to see it too.
fair enough with me. Because I don't think I've seen this one.
In a world
Where toys go bad.
Mainline releasing.
Demonic toys.
This takes me back.
It didn't go any higher quality.
I think that's what it looked like in the original VHS.
I believe that.
Feel back.
2 drops of blood.
Okay, I don't even know what it's showing because it's so crappy you can't even see stuff. But
Right?
yes,
Oh, I think he accidentally kicked himself. No, I'm good. But thank you though. Did he mean to kick himself?
No, I think he meant to shut his stream down, and
I did. I hit the wrong button,
yeah.
Figured.
but it's okay. Everything will be all right.
So, was superhero movies better before CGI?
Yes and no. I say certain effects don't need to be done with a computer. Like if you can make it as like real as possible, do it that way.
Mhm.
Certain things, yes, like suits and whatnot that have like things that pop out. I get it, but now with the way that we can like, it's kind of funny that we have people who go to cons who make an actual suit that functions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like we're at the point like, why are we not just doing that in fucking movies?
So what are we considering superhero, by the way?
Anything that's a comic book related superhero, like Batman,
Like,
Superman.
I think the old Flash show, not the CW
yeah.
one. I think the old Flash show, I thought they did really good. The only time they used anything was they just sped up the camera. That's
Yeah.
all they did. He did everything himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they put the old lighting effect behind him, but it wasn't CGI. It was just just like the old school effects, like double exposure.
I think that was
the
really
muscle suit that he wore, that was awesome. I like that better than like the epitome of bad CGI superhero movies is the Green Lantern, right? And why Ryan Reynolds did that, I don't know, but like that was the worst. Yeah.
That's why he did it. He's like, oh, Van Wilder's not selling as well as I wanted to keep selling 5 years later. I need to do a movie.
And the opening scene of Avengers Age of Ultron in the woods, that is the worst fucking CGI I've ever seen in a superhero movie. Like, it just looks horrible.
Even worse than Superman's mustache?
Worse than Superman's mustache. Go back and watch it again. You'll be like, oh my God.
Age of Ultron is like my least favorite movie out of all the Avengers movies, so I doubt I'm going to go back and watch it.
I actually like
Settle down, big guy.
Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what would happen if he like was Bruce and like started going at it with her, and then all of a sudden he got excited? He would rip her in fucking half, dude.
Yeah, the Christopher Reeve Superman. That was pre-CGI.
Mm-hmm. He was strung up, blown
89 Batman. That's pre-CGI.
Yep. That's Batman up there.
Was that Batman better than the Batman? It's definitely better than Batman and Robin, right? That was horrible.
Anything's better than Batman and Robin.
I'm telling you, 89 is always going to be my favorite.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the newer ones, the Batman is better than anything Ben Affleck was fucking in as Batman, all that stuff. And I will tell you why. Because Batman is a fucking detective first, not a brawler. Stop making it to where he just has to beat the shit out of people to fucking figure stuff out. He actually has to be a detective. That's why it's called Detective Comics, the world's greatest detective. He has to actually detect shit, not just have a computer that's like, hey, here's your fucking answer. Thanks, computer.
You just beat it out of him.
Like, I hate when I see those things online where they're like, if Batman had prep time, who could he beat? I'm like, he's fucking Batman. He's a detective. Like, what? He's not going to fucking fight the Hulk for no reason. Like, what the fuck?
Batman could beat the Hulk.
Yeah.
That's a big negatory.
Dude, whatever, man.
Hulk would do to him what he did to Loki. Just
I've had it up to here with you.
Y'all are saying like he could take out Killer Croc and everybody that's like mutant and fucking all this sort of crazy
They're
stuff.
not the Hulk.
Okay, but he would have a plan going in. He wouldn't go in and be like, "Hey, Bruce Banner, let me punch you in the face so you can turn into the giant Hulk and kill me in one hit." He would have a plan. He would probably do an injection. He would like do a bomb in the brain like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Or something.
You think so?
I think he's been thinking about this for a while.
Iron Man did beat World Breaker Hulk, so I guess it's possible because he had prep time to put the satellite in orbit to suck all the gamma radiation out of him. Then they created the Red Hulk from that. So
Yeah, I can't wait to not see this new Hulk movie.
Why not?
With Captain African American. Yeah, I don't care.
It's gonna be Hulk Solo.
No, I'm sorry, that's Falcon, dude. That's not Captain America. I don't care what anybody says. He was Captain America for 3 fucking comics. Okay, shut the fuck up. He's Falcon. Should have gave it to fucking Bucky.
I agree with that. Not for any bad reasons, but I agree it should have been Bucky. It would have made the most sense for him to redeem himself by taking over the mantle of Captain America and like trying to fix the bad shit he did as the Winter Soldier. So I do agree with that.
And plus, he does have the super serum soldier, in him, and Falcon doesn't. So I can't wait to watch him get hit by the Red Hulk one time and die instantly when he fucking body evaporates and liquefies inside. Oh no, it's cool. He's got a suit that's
like
like
when,
Black Panther suit that like absorbs everything.
it's like when they had Michael Keaton fighting the Kryptonians in the
I don't know.
Flash.
I didn't watch it.
Can't bring yourself to watch it.
I did not see Michael Keaton in the new Flash movie as Batman, and he is my Batman, but I refuse to watch that movie because it's a fucking bastardization of what it should be.
I agree with that because sadly, the best scenes in the movie are everything he's in. Like everything he does is great. Anything outside of the scenes with Batman is just.
And why would he try to? He sees that missiles and stuff doesn't. I know this just from people talking about it. He sees missiles do not take down the Kryptonians. You know what I'm gonna do? My missiles don't work. I'm gonna fly my fucking plane right into them.
No, he's gonna hit him with his grappling hook and kick him down.
And I mean, and I know they were doing the transition between that version of DC to the new James Gunn one, but why the fuck turn Ben Affleck's Batman into George Clooney's Batman? What the fuck was that?
Because
I wanted to throw something at my
couldn't get
TV.
Affleck.
Because Affleck's like, you're gonna pay me $5 billion for 2 seconds of screen time, and they're like, yeah, no, and they're like, Clooney's like, I'll suck a dick to be in a movie.
Trying to redeem myself as Batman. Nope, you just made it worse.
And believe me, Travis will hate watch anything. So for him not to watch it, that's a big thing.
I do hate watch everything, but I refuse. It's on principle, and I hate Ezra Miller. I think he is the worst Flash ever. You know, the Mad Goose Wizard, and shut the fuck up, Ezra Miller. I fucking hate you.
That's what kills that movie. Like if they got anyone else to play.
Yeah, they sure got Grant Gustin, who did it on the CW, who was an amazing Flash. He should have been the Flash. And they do Flashpoint stuff in the CW. It would have made perfect sense. It would have worked. But no, we had to get Ezra Miller, the most unacting, stupid, crazy guy ever. Oh, it's okay. He throws chairs and hits women, but, we'll keep him in because, whatever.
So for my mullet run, when I had a mullet back in high school in the 80s, see if you can guess which movie inspired my mullet.
Wait, what does the mullet look like? That's
today's
important.
It was a classic mullet. I had the spikes in the front.
Joe Dirt. Oh
No.
wait, that's
I was a grown man paying taxes when Joe Dirt came out.
This is unfair because you're so old and I'm so young.
It was Dolph Lundgren in Masters of the Universe. His haircut inspired me to get a mullet.
I would rather have that Skeletor than fucking Jared Leto's bullshit fucking ass. Because he's gonna be like, well, I'm the Skeletor now.
I was Morbius now.
So much. It's Morbin time. I hate watched that, and I got 45 minutes into it, and I was like, fuck this movie. But I hate watched Craven, and I actually kind of liked Craven. If you took it out of like the Marvel universe, just be like, this is just a story, it would work. But if you're like, this is supposed to be Craven from the comics, you're like, no, it doesn't.
I think they're doing it.
Because that's the same thing I told him about. It's the new Crow movie. If you called it anything else other than the Crow, it wasn't half bad. It was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
But calling it the Crow, you just instantly go in hating it. I'm just like, no, that's gonna suck. And it did, but it was good as a standalone. Anything else movie would have been perfect.
Well, I think him walking up the stairs and they were all shooting him. That was my favorite scene out of the whole thing.
That was a cool scene. I can't believe you watched that actually.
Oh, I watched it. I hate watching it, but I said the exact same thing to Jimmy. I was like, if it wasn't a Crow movie, it would have been a decent movie.
I can't bring myself to watch it.
It was like Brad Pitt zombie movie. If they had called it, it would have been a better movie.
Yeah, see,
it was so far from the source material on World War Z.
Yeah, I hate what they did with that.
See, the Crow was early CGI. I had some practical effects too, but it was early CGI, but it worked because it looked like a comic book, and that's the only way they could finish the movie too, is with CGI.
With Brandon Lee's
face. Yeah, but
which is sad.
it was a really good movie, but that was like at the birth of CGI. I think that came out before Jurassic Park, if I remember, or
Crow,
the year after, the year before. I can't remember.
Crow was, I think, 93. I think Jurassic Park was 94
No, I think Jurassic Park was 93.
Jurassic Park was 93.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, because my
Yeah.
brother was.
But my question is, the person that shot Brandon Lee, whatever,
Fun boy.
yeah, whatever happened to him? Did anything happen to him? Was it just an accident? And
No,
we
it was
have-
just an accident. He hated himself for the rest of his life. I think he's still alive. Let me look.
But I was just saying, like, he didn't do like a fucking Baldwin, did he?
No.
Where he's like, oh, I didn't mean to point and shoot. I didn't mean to
No,
not check and see if it was.
They had used that same gun in the scene before, and it had the dummy bullets in the chambers, and they just fucked up and didn't take the one out that was in the actual firing chamber. And then when they shot a blank through it, it fired it at like half velocity, but it was still enough to penetrate his stomach and kill him. Michael Massey is the guy's name, and let's see what else he was in.
Grab it.
Yep.
No.
He's still out there signing autographs and stuff. Yeah, he's doing all right. Oh, he did die. Never mind. He died. Sorry, in 2016. Yeah.
Well,
Stomach
RIP.
cancer. Yeah.
Ooh, kind of ironic. You
I was
shoot Brandon
just
Lee in the
thinking that.
stomach
I
and
was
then
like,
died of
stomach
stomach
cancer?
cancer. Kind of ironic.
That's kind of wild.
Like,
Yeah.
did you ever hear the conspiracy theories about why he actually died?
No.
So his dad Bruce was training people in a type of karate that was like only allowed to be taught in China, and like it was a big deal. Like that's why he got killed, and that's why his son got killed because he was the only other person who knew it. I mean,
Bruce-
now you can learn it anywhere. You can buy books where he wrote down everything. But
Bruce
this
Lee
is
died
what
from a drug
my mom
overdose.
used to tell me.
Oh, shit.
Did you know that? Did you know that Marilyn Manson had a rib removed so he could suck his own dick?
I heard
Does that work? I mean,
No.
oh,
I've removed like 7 and I still can't reach. So this is
Maybe it's just not
bullshit.
big enough.
There's
I would have
I know.
We know this because it was just talked about the other day. There's only like a handful of surgeons in that, like I think it's like 3 or 4 in the United States that are actually like licensed to do rib removals.
yeah.
It's wild, man. It's like this whole thing. So like, this one chick was like bummed that her like ribs stuck out so much, and she was like very fit and stuff, but so she had ribs removed.
Yeah.
And turned them into a crown.
Jeez.
And they look like fucking like ribs, like baby back ribs, man. She had them in a bag and shit like that. It's fucking wild, man. The world we live in, dude.
So do they just cut? Or...
I don't know. No, that's just sounds fucking retarded.
Why do we live in a
Not
world
even
like this?
I don't know.
We're not
I
talking
would-
about that abomination of a movie, Cindy.
I would have to get 2 ribs removed and a ton of liposuction for that to work out for me.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah, I'll just have someone else do it.
If I
It's just so much
have to be an
easier.
armadillo.
You know, it's like rolling the fucking dice, but I mean, whatever. I'm
Just get a
one's removed so I can do that. Get out of here.
yeah, get a girlfriend or a really good close friend, you know. And...
Not even, man. Just
Dutch rudder.
mouth hugs.
I don't mind giving mouth hugs.
Oh, good. We'll put that to the test when we get there for shooting, then. And I'm doing it shooting.
Be like, we're having to close the tent for this scene.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
Everybody, we need to clear the set. We need to clear the set. This is a closed set, everybody.
Travis was like, yeah, I need you on the casting couch. I'm like, for what? Like, you wrote for me. You're like, yeah, I need you on the casting couch. I'm like,
What I meant was get on the futon and take off your pants. All right. Daddy's sliding in.
oh boy. Groovy.
Now,
Say, what's my name? And you beat me to it.
that's let's talk about practical effects in TV shows. What's a TV show that stands out for its practical effects for you?
Twilight Zone.
Good comeback.
Yeah. What's your favorite episode, Hefty?
Oh, so it's one that doesn't really rely heavily on like effects, but the story is awesome. It's called I think it's like I shot an arrow into the sky or something like that. But it's these guys that go on this space trip. They disappear off radar for like a few minutes or whatever. They come back to Earth. and slowly, like, people, they disappear from existence.
Yeah.
And it boils down to this. There's this one, there's the one guy that's telling the story to this other guy, and the only one of them remembers the third guy that was on the mission because he's since been erased from existence. Like,
What
telling
was
the
it?
story, and it was such an awesome episode that it was one of those dour endings, man, where it's like they all just disappeared. But as far as effects ones go, there's a few that were really good. You got The Mask, which was a really good episode, which is where it's like a bunch of like affluent people sitting around a table, and the host of the party gives out masks that they have to put on until like a certain time, and they all represent like what they are on the inside, and the masks won't come off at the end. It's really fucking cool.
Sounds like the haunted mask Goosebumps.
Dude, don't even get me started on Goosebumps. But then another one that I really liked was Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah.
Which is, it's the one where, the whole episode, there's this woman that's wrapped up in these bandages, and, they're like, you're a freak, you're not accepted in society. And they open up,
and she's like
beautiful,
hot.
and all these other guys are
Yeah.
like pink, snorty face.
I like the Invaders, where the old woman's in the cars, and the tiny little aliens are going around.
Yep.
Then at the end, you find out it's a planet of giants, and they're like NASA astronauts.
That's one of my favorite shows. I have every single episode of that on DVD. I love some classics.
I don't know what the episode.
That's what I was going to say. Tales from the Crypt. That's a really good
is one that I
practical
recently
effect.
got that I'm just like, dude, there were a lot of really good effects on this show. And practical, because again, it was the 90s, it was HBO. It was, low budget. I mean, you had a lot of big names attached to this, but the effects in it and the stories were really fucking good on a lot of them. So Tales from the Crypt is another one. Sorry.
What episode were you thinking, Groovy?
Well, we're talking about Twilight Zone. There was one that was like a doll or a puppet or something, and then like he tried to like throw it away, went out to the trash can, and like,
and I think I want to fucking kill you. It's like, holy shit. He tries to put it against the grinder, the
yeah, like that is the one Twilight Zone episode that sticks out in my head.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Tales from the Crypt, I used to hide. So because that came on at like 9:30.
10 o'clock, yeah.
So I would my parents would be watching it. This was my parents were still married at the time. They'd be watching it and I would come behind the fridge and I'd be poking my head out just so I could watch, because they wouldn't let me watch it, obviously. And then after a while, it didn't bother me. And then I saw the movie, the Tales from the Crypt movie, where the original with the Santa Claus guy, that's the guy that broke out of the psychiatric hospital.
The English one, that God, I can't think of the British. They also did a
But that movie scared the shit out of me. That was scarier than any of the episodes or anything. But just like that one scene, it's like people just, and as I've always said, Scream and all those things, The Strangers is always scared me because people could really do that. So that's why that one scares me the most.
Think of how cool the Crypt Keeper was. Just the puppet. Yeah.
It's from the Crypt. Yeah, that dude was wild, man. And again, they did a oh god, I can't. It was Amicus. Amicus was the British film company that put out the 1972 Peter Cushing Tales from the Crypt movie that
Old school.
Talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, Old School all the way. Yes, thank you. That was one I've been meaning to get to.
You're good.
Old School all the way. The new ones, no, thank you. But they also put out a Vault of Terror.
Yeah.
One that was again another anthology movie from the same people. And it delved into other stories like that, which was also very good. But these are both free on YouTube. If you guys, a Vault of Horror, I think it was called. You can find both of them on YouTube for free. That are great watches. But yeah, those old school ones were creepy as shit, man.
Yeah.
Outer Limits was great. Yeah, Outer Limits was really good.
About that.
Yeah, that was a really good show too.
Do not adjust your TV.
We have control of the horizontal and the vertical. Yeah. Please don't adjust your sets. Oh yeah, it was great shit, man.
So my favorite episode of the Twilight Zone was the one with the people with the pig faces, because for some reason as a kid, it didn't scare me, but it impacted me in a way
I
where
think
I'm
that
like,
was the eye of the beholder, right? Like that,
Right?
that
Yeah,
was the end of that.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah.
just talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that one used to freak me the fuck
Oh,
out.
sure. Yeah.
Like, but it also had like that undertone and what it was trying to get at. And even
Yeah.
as a kid, I kind of got it. I'm like,
Pick up on it.
the
The-
fuck?
Absolutely.
The
Yes.
very first episode where the guy's in the city all by himself, and
Yeah.
and then you find out like
Oh,
he's
it's a
you
being
know
experiment. Yes. So that is will the real Martian please stand up? I believe is the name of that episode you're talking about. Yeah, it's great.
And the one with Bill Shatner and the thing on the
Yeah.
wing.
Yeah. Oh,
that,
yeah.
that was one of my favorites as a kid. I
to
don't know why.
serve man.
Yeah, To Serve Man was one of the ones that
Mm-hmm.
I ever felt like a visceral reaction to, because they used to run those things all the time
Yeah.
back when we were kids on like WPIX or like on Sci-Fi Channel for like 4th of July and New Year's. They would do the Twilight Zone marathons. But there's another couple of, that was, what a wonderful show. What a really great show. There were a couple ones on there that were just absolutely stellar.
Did you ever see Stephen King's Cat Eye?
Oh, love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Cat's
Yeah.
That thing scared the shit out of me as a kid. A little troll. I was like, man, the troll comes and sucks out my breath at night. And I thought that was cool for practical effects as well, like how they did the miniature
Oh.
and how they made everything big.
Do you ever watch Tales of Terror, Travis? With the little doll at the end.
Doll, the
Yeah.
Disney fetish doll, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Karen Black.
Probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that doll was freaky as shit.
I've watched a lot of movies, so it's hard for me to be like, "Hey, you seen this?" I'm like, "Tell me about it a little bit." I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Like, tell me about it a little bit more.
Okay, so let's talk about Italian horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to talk about practical effects,
Yes, Gianotto de Rossi.
the Italians had it in spades. Like they taught America everything they knew in the 70s.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just eating.
Yeah, pretty much every kind of effect and horror movie trope you saw in the 80s came from Italian horror movies from the 70s.
Okay.
So,
Dude,
what?
Dr. Butcher, MD.
Absurd. Remember Absurd at the end? The guy's got his gut. Yeah.
Dude, and just like, you go The Beyond.
Yeah.
Movie, like you said, City of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
There's Nightmare City.
Zombie 2.
Zombie 2. The Dead Dude, Fulci.
Yeah.
That was
Fulci with the eyes. He always did something to an eye, So.
Oh yeah, he had an ocular fetish. Yeah, and you know what the funniest thing is the Olga Carlatos, who is the woman that she gets women through that movie.
Yeah.
That was Prince's mother in Purple Rain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought that was kind of a neat connection there. But yeah, dude, oh my God, Gianotto de Rossi was the king of fucking.
What?
He was the Italian Tom Savini, even though Tom Savini is apparently Italian.
Well, even the Giallo films where it was just like a thriller kind of thing, it was always extremely gory for some reason,
I mean, you're getting it in like Mario Bava.
Yeah.
There's so many influential Italian horror filmmakers back in the day that I feel that are just like, amazing. Like the original Demons was fucking like what? That
my
was scarier, than a lot of the things that I'd watched.
The theater scene at the end, there's the most gruesome gore ever in that. Yeah. As us trying to make this movie, like there's a lot of inspiration to be had from those old Italian directors because they pretty much did that with no budget or tiny budgets.
Yeah, and they had crews that spoke, you have some people that are English, like Katerina, what's her name? She was in
the Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
Boats and Hose, baby. Boats and Hose. Fucking Catalina wine mixer. Katrina McCall, I think was her name. But she was in like a bunch of them. And she was, Lucio Fulci was a well-known misogynist.
Yeah.
And would love to like torture like the female parts of that. But she stuck it out through like several Fulci movies. And the effects were always amazing in it. And I thought it was fun because a lot of it, like not only were the effects good, but I think a lot of it was the music too.
Yeah.
Because there's a very like pulsating, driving beat, especially in Zombie 2, which was technically just Zombie. And I'm not even going to get into that whole thing. But
it was Dawn of the Dead Part 2. Yeah. That's what he wanted. But
it's okay. I own a bunch of them.
I don't know any.
Like
so I'm not doing the conversation.
that is the thing with the Italians is the sound. It's like I said, the sounds that they would make for those scenes would sell the scene to the point where it would stick in your brain and you couldn't shake it just because of the sound. You hear like when she's getting a splinter through her eye, just the way she's crying and
the music crescendos, and then it comes out all the music as soon as the splinter pierces the eye, and you just get that piercing.
You're like, oh, they're gonna cut away. No, they don't.
They just go in and they rip it, and dude. And there's even one scene actually in that movie in the beginning where the policemen find the abandoned boat with the worms on it.
Yeah.
And it's just this sound design of the camera hitting the worms on this like old piano, and it's just worms sitting on a piano, but it makes this like sludgy like sound, and it's very upsetting. And then the guy comes out by the throat and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, man.
And you get a shark versus zombie scene, man. I mean,
that shirt actually.
Who else could pull that off?
Jay Baruchel and This Is the End. Where's that shirt the entire time, which is a Fright Rag shirt, also by the way.
When I was a kid, I didn't know that there was Italian movies, so I would just be watching these things and always thinking there was something different. Like you would always have a different feel. And it would leave you more disturbed than even like the American slashers and stuff.
I agree.
Then I started realizing, oh, these are Italian movies. Those are all fake names and stuff in the credits. And but the Italians, they know how to disturb you. They were as good in the 70s as the Japanese were in the 2000s. Just disturbing you. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair enough. We've never watched any Italian horror.
I got
Final Destination.
I got a bunch that you're gonna borrow.
I have nothing to for this one.
I can think about the Mondo movies too, like fucking Jungle Holocaust and like Make Them Die Slowly and all those.
Mondo Cane, even the one that started.
The first one to bust the doors wide open. It was like real. So there was a slew of like cannibal movies, JJ, that were Italian produced, basically that had a lot of like actual animal killings and stuff on it, and like
Cannibal Holocaust is the most known for.
Back in the day, and they were very very controversial.
Yeah, they had like a giant in the Cannibal Holocaust. There's a giant sea turtle that like you see it like come out of the water onto the sand, and these people like jump on it and they just start beating the shit out of it. They kill it. Yep. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And PETA
that was actually one of the most one of the first Blair Witch Project kind of things.
Yeah.
So
found footage.
So he got sued and he had to actually go to face murder charges.
Yeah. He had to bring it.
Prove that these actors were still alive because they had to, they weren't allowed to do interviews or anything like that. And Kerry, I think, which is the blonde guy in Cannibal Holocaust, was from Vermont. Actually, wild kind of fucking little random trivia there. But yeah, none of them were allowed to talk about the movie or anything like that. So he had to actually prove Rogerio Diodato, I believe, had to make sure had to prove in front of a court that everybody was actually alive.
And I didn't really impel somebody through their butthole.
It was a bicycle seat and a stick.
It was a bicycle seat, but what an effective effect!
Oh yeah.
That's the image, man. Like you've seen it 100 times, you just don't know it. It's in my room.
So
As I said, I've seen the movie. I know that movie.
So how did Green Inferno hold up to the old Italian movies? Because that's what he was going for. Go ahead, crack them knuckles. I want to hear this. How did Eli Roth do? Did he live up to it at all?
No. Yes and no. I do believe that he did a very good job on it, and I like that he still, the natives in it were actual natives, and they had no idea what basically a movie was. And I'm pretty sure, from what I can recall, he showed them the original like Cannibal Holocaust to like get them.
Yeah,
it was good, but it felt a little forced. Like I don't know, it was good, but I was like, at one point it was kind of a nice like return to form. It's like you're not seeing a lot of these movies remade
Yeah.
anymore because it basically is a remake of a Mondo movie.
Yeah.
And indigenous people employed, which was a thing for a lot of the Italian. Again, if you look at like Dr. Butcher, MD, and like a lot of the other ones that were based out of there, where it all would take place on like a tropical island, and there would be some fucking crazy doctor or some voodoo shit going down. Like they typically had natives that they would employ and stuff like that. Um, Green Inferno, again, I think it was good. Did it live up to the original ones? Maybe. I thought it was entertaining enough.
I think it was in the spirit of, but it didn't leave you with that feeling. You're like, oh, it's going to be brutal because it's Eli
weirdest
Roth.
thing was that Robert, I forget his last name, and I apologize, but he was like the kind of guy in Cannibal Holocaust who was like the reporter guy and was like, hey, bring the footage to this. He was a porn actor.
Oh.
And I'm like, this, and again, there's that age-old thing that like people used to equate porn and horror to the same effect. That they were both viewed as very taboo subject matter. You know what I mean?
Anytime I watch an Italian horror movie from the 70s, I always have that little kind of feeling right in my throat, that kind of pre-puke feeling. And it's not because it's like physically making me ill, but there's just a little unsettling thing in my throat when I watch one of those movies. It's different than the American stuff.
It is. It's a lot different. Like tonality. I mean, even like cinematography wise, it's just all very different, but it's refreshing different, which is I think I liked a lot about it.
The best thing I like about Italian horror movies is they don't try to explain shit.
Nope.
As weird as it fucking gets, they don't give a fuck. It's just that's what it is,
Look at House by the Cemetery. Full any of your Fulci movies, man, it's like a fucking fever dream.
You don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't think Fulci knew what was going on. He was just like, I filmed the shit. Yeah, this sounds cool.
Right,
great. I just hope that someone doesn't talk about movies like that about me, like our movie. Just he just said fuck it. He just went.
If somebody remembered me as making anything close to a Fulci film, I'd be proud as shit. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
No, I'm saying if you're like, he didn't even know what was going on. He just said fucking shoot it and said fuck it. I'm like, if they thought about that for our movie.
Well, see, like Fulci was the how would you say the rough around the edge version of like Dario Argento? Yeah.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, like Dario's movies were always kind of artistic and they had a little bit of meaning to them, as where Fulci was just like, cut some motherfuckers up. Splatter some blood over here. We really want to see the gut pull, make sure you gargle when you scream, kind of thing.
Wow, it's like they took our notes from our movie and like
well, that's where a lot of the inspiration came from for me. Like, I'm just thinking that what unsettles people.
Yeah.
How about like a more modern kind of American cannibal movie, Ravenous? Have you ever watched Ravenous?
Great movie. Definitely. Yeah.
Ravenous. I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with names.
I'll let you know, sweetie.
Yeah, it's a great movie with a great ending. The fight scene at the end, and
1999.
Yep.
Guy Pearce, Robert Carlyle. I've never seen it.
Oh, that's one to put on your list.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely an enjoyable watch.
Bone Tomahawk. Have you guys seen?
I have seen Bone Tomahawk.
Practical effects out the ass. Like, oh my god, that if you're a Italian horror movie fan, that's as close as I've ever felt watching the American movie.
Yet.
Yeah.
Pam, a lot of the ones that we were just talking about are on YouTube for free. I can send. Do you have Pam's number? Yeah. I was gonna say I can send JJ the links and he can send to you. I have my little shadow here right now. Forgive me.
Yeah. No. Said the Italian movies don't be expecting the Oscar-worthy performances, but
no, not at all.
It's all about the feel. Yeah.
Bye, Pam. Have a good night.
Thank you for watching, Pam.
All right. Travis, hit me with a practical effect movie that's going to blow our minds that we've never seen that we're going to have to put on our list.
Oh fuck.
I'm trying to think of one. We're kind of all like big buffs of movies, so finding
Well,
one.
I'm trying to think of one that nobody's ever seen.
While you're thinking of one, we'll talk about Tremors. How good was the practical effects in
Oh,
that?
they were great, dude. The graboids, you fucking kidding me?
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, dude, Kevin Bacon had fucking.
What the fuck was that?
So many great. That was such a good movie, and a PG-13 horror movie. It's tough to do PG-13 horror movie.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few PG-13 movies I enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon.
His name, Fred Ward. Yeah, he was in a bunch of them too.
Yeah, I don't have any that you wouldn't have seen, but we're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street is the greatest practical effects I've seen.
What about the Blob remake? That was a fucking awesome movie.
The giant Jello bowl.
Yeah.
Well, the Blob remake.
Yeah.
That was really awesome special effects.
But there's not. We've seen a lot of the same movies, so.
I've been thinking there's got to be some obscure movie you picked up off the video store shelf. Some night.
Shouldn't play with dead things.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go. Well,
Pieces.
Pieces. I have a special edition of that, man. I'll send the picture when I get home.
I think we're just gonna go with Peter the Penguin, man.
Peter the Penguin. That's a short, but we'll count it.
I don't think I've seen that one or ever heard of that one.
Oh my god! It's only like a few minutes. How long is it, Travis?
It's 9 minutes long.
Clown,
you guys?
That's a good one. Hell yeah, Pete.
Oh yeah. Clown. Yep.
Clown was a good one.
Is that kind of like the one with got the red nose on the cover, right?
Yeah, but
it's a clown. It looks like a clown.
Yep. Okay, I've seen that one. So I was like, wait.
You know that movie that's called Clown? Like clowns usually have red noses on the covers of movies called Clown. You know who else had a red nose? It. He was a clown.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Well, not really a clown,
but
but
the best ever, Tim Curry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rocket.
I love Tim Curry, but I have to say Skarsgård did a better Pennywise than Curry. But I love Curry. I think Curry. Yeah. My callback to Curry is The Darkness and as Cardinal Richelieu in The Three Musketeers.
Oh, I love that movie.
I do too. D'Artagnan.
Prince of Darkness was an awesome fucking.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good special.
Yeah, that's Carpenter. Yeah, that was part of his
trilogy. The fucking
Apocalypse. Yeah.
Oh, In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a fucking amazing movie. Another one of those that I walked into blind and I was like, "This is so Lovecraft." I was like, "Lovecraft and Carpenter? What?"
Yeah. It was The Thing, the Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I think of Tim Curry always, and it's going to be funny because it's going to show how much younger I am than everybody else. That I always go to
Home Alone,
Fern Gully, where he plays the smog. Like for some reason, when I think of Tim Curry, that's what I always think of.
My name is Betty. I'm really, really ratty.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, I've watched. I like that movie too. Everybody's like, it's all about like saving the planet. I'm like, it was a good movie.
You know, Robin Williams broke his whole relationship with Disney to star in that movie.
Yeah.
Like Disney did not want him to do that because of Aladdin, and Robin Williams was like, "Fuck you, I'm doing it." Yeah.
That's why he was
Have you
in
not
the
seen how much
sequel.
cocaine is in my fucking system? Who the fuck I am?
I do what I want.
Oh Lord.
I really don't have anything except for what we're making now. Like that's really what I have. Like
you don't have another Wolf Cop or something like that?
Well, see, I brought up Wolf Cop, but everybody's seen Wolf Cop now.
No, yeah, I've seen it. Have not seen Wolf Cop 2.
That's better than Wolf Cop 1 because you get slam into a what was it? Slam into a cold cock.
Yeah.
Because it's there. The beer, because Kevin Smith is the mayor of the town of the mayor,
Yeah.
and it's like it's chicken milk or something like that, and it's like cock juice or something like that. And it was funny. It's like slam it to a cold cock.
Oh,
It's
geez.
funny. But no, the practical effects are not any better, and the movie is not that great. But it's got Kevin Smith, so it made me laugh a lot. And it's where the first one where you're like, "This is too stupid to be real." The second one, you're like, "This is definitely too stupid to be real." I can't believe I'm watching it. But then you have like Velocipaster, which is awesome, and you also have Invisible Raptor, which was amazing. And I'm telling you, it's so amazing. I fell asleep in it. My wife woke me up and she watched the whole movie again the next day so I could watch it. That's how much she loved that movie.
Man.
Bone Tomahawk. All right, that's going up again. I haven't seen that, but there's also, if you guys haven't seen it, for Bad CGI Gator, literally the name of the movie.
I actually just saw something the other day about Invisible Raptor, and it made me laugh because these people are like, Raptor's here, and they're still running around.
Watch it. It is hilarious.
And like,
the whole thing is just they're just talking to the air, and like it'll pick up keys or something. You'll see the keys move, and they're like, "Oh my god, the Raptor is out!" And then you just see like slash marks. You're like, ah! And the first person that dies is fucking Sean Astin from fucking Samwise Gamgee or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh god.
I also would have accepted Mikey from the Goonies.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the one who raised the Invisible Raptor.
Or the penguin.
You had Samwise and Thanos and the Goonies together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And Short Round from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was gonna say, and Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th Part 4,
Mm-hmm.
or the beginning part of Part 5.
Tommy Jarvis, man, what happened to that character, Tommy Jarvis?
Oh, that dude needs to come back.
Yeah, like
he's been in a bunch of so there's Never Hike Alone. There's a lot of fan films that were made after the lawsuit that are on mail. And,
wait, what happened? Who's this guy? What?
Tommy. He was played by I think his name is. God damn it. Oh,
I don't remember.
He was in Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
So Tommy Jarvis was a character that created to be like the anti-Jason, like the hero of the Friday the 13th franchise. He was kind of like the Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween.
He first appears in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, 1984, as a child. Interested in special effects. Oh, that was the fucking one of the Frog Brothers that played him as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. See, I'm horrible with names. Association doesn't work for me with names.
I actually have that Blu-ray signed by the dude who gets his head crushed in the shower scene in that one. He plays golf with the owner of
Tom Matthews played him.
Tom Matthews, yes.
You're welcome. Wikipedia.
What's your favorite non-CGI Jason kill? Mine's the sleeping bag. It's always going to be the sleeping bag.
That's what I was gonna say.
Now, I agree with sleeping bag, but I want the sleeping bag kill from Jason X, where it was like in the holodeck, because it was just filmed a lot better.
Yeah,
and it was pretty much just replaying the old sleeping bag kill, but it's just filmed better in Jason X. And I don't care what anybody says, I like Jason in space. Fuck y'all. Nanotechnology, it was awesome.
What was it? Friday 13th 2 or 3 with a guy walking on his hands down the steps.
That's 3.
Stairs.
Yeah,
3,
that
yeah.
was great kill.
That's
That was
fucking
great
yeah.
kill, yeah. I like the actually his girlfriend, who is now like a meteorologist. She's a news reporter, who gets killed on the hammock because that was a preggers kill because she was pregnant during that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget about that, so that was a 2-in-1 for Jason.
Ooh, pregnant and horror movie. That's scary. I don't like that.
Yeah,
But we are leaving out one major that I can't believe we haven't talked about yet.
What's that? Kevin Bacon.
Terrifier, man.
Oh.
How are we not talking about Terrifier? That's all practical.
I love the first Terrifier movie. Boy, do I love the first Terrifier movie.
What are you an about? Like, are you talking about the kills or the effects or
like the kills were good, but the movie in general was just not great. I'm not.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Respect
Like
that.
I like the kills, like the one where he's just sawing that bitch.
Yeah, when he pulls out the hacksaw, you're like, "There's no way." And then
He's just like,
And I can tell you, the funny part is that was one of the first Terrifier was one of the first horror movies I watched with my daughter. And mistake, but she's watched them all, and she watches every movie now. Like she likes them, she enjoys them. She's gonna be in our movie,
yeah.
so like
When you-
it is what it is.
When you start looking at them for the effects and the camera work, and you start trying to figure out how they're doing this instead of it's happening, you're trying to figure out how they did it.
yeah.
It's a whole different ball game. Like you can watch anything then, yeah.
I have a legit notebook next on the coffee table next to my chair where I sit, and I sit in the same chair every day.
Yeah.
Of when I'm watching something, I'm like, oh, that was a cool way to shoot that scene. I have notes, and I'm just like, oh, that. Just like when
that's smart, actually.
when I took that videos before and of a movie, I don't remember what it was. When we were saying this, how I want the woods,
Yeah.
and stuff like that's just from me taking notes and look. But I'm not giving anything away. I'm just saying there was an instance, and I was like, I don't know how to film this, and I saw something that would work in another movie, and I was like, I like that. Let me show everybody, and they're like, cool.
And again, I'm trying my best not to bring up the Thing, so I'm gonna say, other than the Thing, my all-time top practical effects movie is Blade Runner, the original.
Oh, good
Like
choice.
all the shit they pulled off for that, and it looks so good even to this day. Like the miniatures and everything look awesome, and the way they projected shit, there was no CGI. Like it holds up to this day. And like the effects in that
Especially
are
that
just
final scene.
yeah, just timeless. Yeah, that Rutger Hauer, like I love Rutger Hauer. Anything Rutger Hauer, I love. The Hitcher is one of my most favorite movies. But yeah, Blade Runner, man, like that for practical effects that are just timeless. I don't know how you would do it better. You know.
We're not talking about total recall yet.
I don't know.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier because we're making the joke about the dude on his belly.
The only effect in Total Recall it doesn't hold up is the mask, the lady's face, the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
When he starts to pull it off, like it looks horrible if you go back and watch. But the rest of the movie holds up okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Again,
The CGI is pretty weak in the Mars shots. But
Hold on.
I'm gonna be.
Well, she has 3 titties.
How is no one else seeing this?
And I went like this. I went, get to the chopper.
Hey, Benny, screw you.
Get to the motorboat.
And get down.
Gives these people air.
Go down.
Oh, the chopper.
I mean, the Terminator had some really good effects too.
That's true.
Terminator 1, yeah.
That's
But-
another 84 one. That was
But
a
if you
little-
go back and watch like the way they did the matte paintings and stuff and the double exposure for the Terminator, some of that doesn't hold up. Like I don't know how Ridley Scott did the shit with Blade Runner to make it not have that little black line around things, you know.
Very easy. He made it rain all the fucking time.
But
He's got a point.
Yeah.
but it looks so much better. Like the Terminator, I love the Terminator, don't get me wrong, but the effects don't hold up like they did for Blade Runner.
Michael Biehn is awesome.
Well, all right, longer. Let's do it.
It's just crickets riding a tumbleweed.
Mm.
I'll be a huckleberry.
I'll be a huckleberry. Most hated horror movie or series of movies?
Mm.
Twilight.
Is that a horror movie?
It's not a horror
No,
movie.
it also says or series of movies.
Can I say don't know.
I can't stand the Harry Potter movies at all. I hate them.
Harry Potter.
I like Harry Potter.
You know, it's because my kids wore them out, and I heard the first Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or whatever the hell it was. I heard it in the car like 6 times driving to Minnesota before I ever watched it once. So like, and it just didn't live up to what I was hearing for some reason. But no,
Okay.
I can't stand Harry Potter movies. They put me
That's fair.
right to sleep. Yeah,
Some people like cucumbers better pickled.
yeah,
Yeah, I do.
yeah.
For a series of movies, I hate the Lord of the Rings series. No, I love the books. I don't like the movies.
Fair enough.
I think the movies are boring. I think they're drawn out, and I think a lot of it's pointless.
I knew Cindy, I
And
knew that would get Cindy.
Even in the books, I'm like, why doesn't Gandalf get the eagles to fucking fly them?
That's what he tells them. Fly, you fools.
But my most hated horror movie.
That's tough. So I like a lot of shitty horror movies.
See, but it's not that it's a shitty. I think there's like I hate the movie Hereditary. I think that is the most overrated.
Oh, I agree. Oh yes.
I never watched it.
And I'm sorry, little girl, that
I
you're
loved
busted
it.
looking, but that is one ugly little fucking girl. And the whole time I was watching the movie, I'm like, I hate your fucking face.
I loved Hereditary.
She
Yeah.
can't help it, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, that sucks, but like,
Yeah, but the movie just sucked. I hated the movie. And the only part I liked where she was in was when her head was on the fucking road.
yeah.
I'm like, enjoy those ants. But no, I unfortunately I do hate Lord of the Rings movies. I don't care much for them.
I know a lot of people that feel the same way.
But the books, I love the books. I love where my imagination took me. But the movies I hate, and especially The Hobbit, the fucking live action Hobbit, where I'm like, you have one book, you made it 3 fucking movies.
When I heard about that, I was like, this is absolutely stupid. I was like,
It's all about that cheddar cheese.
Oh, and Disney Star Wars. All of them. All of the Disney Star Wars suck ass.
Even the Mandalorian?
Even the Mandalorian.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to team it up with like the Book of Boba Fett? You know, they were so good.
Ooh, that was shitty.
Yeah, everything is shitty because it's all shot in the fucking void and they don't go outside. They have nothing real. It's all CGI. It sucks.
Fair enough.
I mean, think about Star Wars Episode 4, the first one, right?
No.
When they were on the Death Star, he and Obi. What?
He said
no. I'm a staunch no Star Wars guy.
He doesn't like Star Wars at all.
Well, I'm talking about effects. I'm not talking about the stories themselves right now.
Okay.
But I say when they did when Kenobi was going to do the tractor beam and stuff, and they did like the painting, the oil painting that did the walk around stuff. Like I thought it was cool how they did that, where it wasn't when he was on the Death Star and everything, and the Star Destroyer.
Yeah. You never realize like that the painting in front of the set, you know, and they have to perfectly time their steps and stuff. Yeah.
And I thought that's cool. Disney just fucks everything up and ruins everything.
They make everything too much reliant on CGI.
But do not worry, because Netflix just released and said that they are remaking for a modern audience Little House on the Prairie, my friends. Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, God.
Asking for that.
I love Little House on the Prairie. I don't want Netflix to do it.
I hate that show so bad,
Oh,
man.
I'm with you, Jimmy.
Little House on the Prairie and MASH. I hated both those shows when I was a kid.
See, but here's the difference between me and you, Jimmy. You grew up where there was only 2 fucking channels on TV.
Yeah, when it was on, that's all you had.
There was 3.
Not for me. I had CBS and PBS. That was it.
I'm saying I watched Little House on the Prairie when I was home sick. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then as an adult, I watched the whole thing from start to finish. And that is one of the most wholesome teaching shows ever.
I fucking hate Little House on the Prairie so bad. Like and MASH too, because it, like you said, when it was on TV, that's all there was to watch. You were fucking stuck.
I think MASH is like one of the greatest TV shows ever. Not, I don't think, but I think it's considered one of like the best TV shows ever made.
But here's the question:
Honestly,
Little House on the Prairie, the remake on Netflix, are they going to do race swapping thing? Or are they going to be like, no, they can't do it for that time period?
yeah, that's a good question.
Make Mr. Ingle a black man.
Yes.
And be like, no, we're mixed race kids.
Oh shit!
I thought of one that's not really a horror movie, but had great effects, and it's an older one, and it would be the Clash of the Titans.
Oh yeah.
With
What about
Henry
Beastmaster?
Burgess Meredith and stuff like that. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Fucking Bubo in it. Bubo was on.
Yeah.
That shit was
Mhm.
yeah, dude, that had awesome like Ray Harryhausen like stop motion animation, which we were counting in with special effects. So
Yeah.
that was a great fucking movie.
All the old Sinbad movies, man. Like,
Yeah, Sinbad.
Harryhausen, like his stop motion in that. He did 7 skeletons at once, like in the same fucking scene. Like it was insane. It would take him it would take him days to do like 1 second of footage, you know.
Turn the filter again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Travis's gummies kicked in.
But
Model.
the old Kraken, I had that. I had the Clash of the Titans action figures when I was a kid.
Oh, that's
action figures.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm super fucking jealous. You had the Kraken.
Yeah, they were made out of twigs, and they were like, they had vines that held together. And he was like, "Look at me."
The Kraken was about this tall, and I didn't realize he had like a fish tail until I got the action figure, and I was like, "Oh fuck, he's a fish!" Like, yeah. And I had Pegasus and Perseus and what was Caliban or whatever his brother's name was.
Calabas,
Yeah,
he was great with the fucking tail and the horns and shit.
and but my favorite character in the whole movie was Medusa. Like that, the Medusa scene was.
What a well animated.
They did really good with that.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
her movement and stuff and everything. Yeah.
They used with it was rocking, dude. That was a great movie. That had a lot of really good special effects in it, and a lot of.
I was super let down with the remake Clash of the Titans and Wrath of Titan. I was like,
Yeah.
What you mean? All CGI isn't better?
That was
no.
That's true.
Even as Liam Neeson as Zeus and Ray Fiennes as Hades, like it was bad.
Bubo. The owl. Yeah, the owl Bubo was the shit. That's the best thing out of that.
What did you see Beastmaster?
Yeah, I did.
That's a Don Coscarelli film.
Yeah, that's actually an Italian film. Yeah,
Phantasms are great.
It's one of those.
Really great.
There's a lot of those sci-fi movies that you watched in the 80s and early 90s that were actually made by Italians. You just didn't fucking know because they changed the names and stuff. Like Harry James brings,
like Roman Bigaricate, my no.
Yeah.
That was Harry James.
How about the Road Warrior? Mad Max and the Road Warrior.
I heard that's on South Park. That's what some girl calls her queef. They call it the Road Warrior. I'm the Road Warrior. I sent that as a meme the other day, and somebody on X did not understand the joke.
That's so awful.
And I was like, "Oh, that's so sad," because it was the girl in the court. And she's like, because somebody said something about do girls do this, and I was like, it sounds like this, and then as the gift goes, so they're like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, fuck you, it's not funny then if I have to explain it.
The sneezing unicorn. It was really funny.
Say cheesiest space movie that you love. The effects are like the old movie space effects. Like for me, it's gonna be like Flash Gordon. Just horrible effects. Everything is stupid and ridiculous, but I just fucking love the movie.
I'm gonna probably go with Creature. Which I think Klaus Kinski was in that one. It was a really
it's an alien ripoff thing, right?
Yeah. And the effects in it were not great, but they were so cheesy enough that I liked them. And I was like, okay, this isn't the greatest movie, but
it's kind of like Galaxy of Terror. I think they come out right after.
I have Galaxy of Terror on DVD also. Yeah, that was Sid Haig was in that one.
Yeah,
and Robert Englund was
and Robert Englund and Joni from Happy Days.
Aaron
Moran.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And you had a giant worm scene that we won't describe.
Yes, but that happened though. Didn't
It did happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Uh,
Got into places. Yeah, Spaceballs. That's a great one.
That's what I
I'm probably gonna have to go with Starship Troopers. That's my
Starship
favorite.
That is
Good
a
choice.
I mean, Spaceballs is on, like I'll watch it, but if I flip a channel and Starship Troopers is on, I'm stopping every single time and I'm watching it.
Hell yeah.
You're just
Especially-
watching it for Dizzy.
Oh gosh, she got great tits, dude. She has great tits. Oh,
Yes, she does.
and she's still hot. She is older now, but she is still smoking. I'm like, yes. And I don't know why. Who in their right mind? Johnny Rico's a fucking idiot. Why would he go for Carmen when he had Dizzy there? Which she dirty.
That's Hashtag
You have fucking what's her name? He's like, but Carmen's that way. She's like, I ain't never even sucked his dick, and he's coming to save me, yo. And Dizzy's like, I'm gonna give it up first night. Blah! And I'm like, that's the one you go for, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, well,
You do a flip switch 3-hole and you go in.
No, those Air Force girls, they'll get you though.
He loves him.
I guess that's crazy.
Oh, I do love Stargate too. Stargate's good.
Ooh, wait, the
But
show-
I wouldn't say that's a cheesy. Stargate was just like the actual, not the movie, not the show, the movie Stargate.
That was actually a
Kurt
big
Russell,
budget. Yeah.
It was that was an amazing movie.
I do love that
What
movie.
about Event Horizon?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Mm,
Yeah, so many things to show you.
Yes.
Well, what is it, Doctor? Whatever. We got to get home. He's like, I am home. And then he
Yeah.
kind of slinks into the shadows. I'm like,
That's was it Sam Neill?
Yeah.
yeah.
Sam Neill. And those are the only two movies I know him from: Jurassic Park and that.
He was he
was
played
also
the adult.
in the Mouth of Madness as
Yeah.
the lead character.
Was he in
Yeah.
a horror movie too?
He was the adult version of Damien in the Omen 4.
Yeah, he was. He was
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't remember the
Or
Omen
the
number
3.
4.
Yeah.
I don't remember
in the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah, I don't remember those.
Oh man, like In the Mouth of Madness. If you've not watched that, we'll have to watch that sometime.
I did.
Which one?
In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh,
Groovy's
yeah.
never
Oh,
watched it.
If
So,
he
yeah.
hasn't seen that, that's going on. That's got to go on.
Yeah. Do you read Sutter Kane?
Oh, yeah, dude.
What's the
That's
one you left me
what I'm
borrow?
talking about. In the Mouth of Madness.
All right, I thought so. I was like, wait, I know that.
Ah.
That one was really good.
That movie would hit Travis because he reads a lot of books.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and at the end of
That's a
that,
really
the
good
movie
movie.
comes
Oh.
out. It's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest disappointment of a horror movie. I'm going with The Dark Tower, Stephen King. Fuck that
Oh.
movie.
Fuck that movie.
I refuse to watch it. I haven't
Oh,
even watched
the
a minute
books,
of it.
the gunslinger and everything. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
these are awesome. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, what the fuck? So yes, that's my worst.
Royally, and that's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Mist. Again,
Great
a lot of
movie.
CGI effects in that. Some practical effects, but man, again, great horror movie.
That fucking ending just tears you.
I
apart.
remember reading that short story a long time ago, and
It's a great-
like
it's a
it,
great story.
yeah, it felt like Frank Dermont or whatever his name is.
Dermont,
He does a
yeah.
good job with Stephen King, novels and short stories.
Is he the one that did Gerald's Game too? For
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know Gerald's Game. I know he definitely did Shawshank and Green Mile and The
Yeah.
Mist. I'm gonna look
Gerald's
at that.
Game is the book is actually one of my favorite stories from Stephen King ever. I think that takes it's just the mental anguish that she goes through most of the time. So
Yeah,
it's like,
oh, yeah.
but I find it more interesting than like It or The Stand. Or I mean,
He's,
I really like The Stand.
I like King's short stories better
Hell
than
yeah,
his giant
Killer
long
Clowns from Outer
novels.
Space,
You know.
That's another good shitty one.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, dude. I need me some cotton candy
Get out of
guns and
May this year, 'cause it's
There-
like the
There's
30th
actually a
anniversary
video
or some
game.
shit.
Oh,
they just put out.
how about Slither? That's practical
Oh,
effects.
With
Yeah.
James Gunn
You mean-
before he got
you mean-
Disneyfied.
Yeah.
Night of the Creeps, the second version.
wait,
Yeah.
Slither was not all practical effects.
Some
It
of it
was
was.
90% of it was.
Yeah, go back and watch it. A lot of it is. There may be a few scenes.
Yeah, I would say like there's some with the crawling that like there's no way they can get a practical effect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion though is
He was
the
a
shit.
lot,
Yeah,
like of it, I would say, is probably
The fucking lady all blown up like a dog ticket. I don't feel good.
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia was good. That was another
That's
good
with
one.
Jeff Daniels, right?
Yep.
And John Goodman.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Greatest character he ever played besides Dan Connor.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved him in fucking what is it, the 32 Cloverfield Lane or
Yeah,
whatever.
32
Yeah.
Cloverfield Lane.
Holy shit. Should that not have been a Cloverfield movie? But wow, was he really good at it.
If it would have just been the bunker like it was supposed to
Yeah.
be, but they had to tack on the Cloverfield shit. But yeah, just I accept your apology. Bam! Fucking.
Dude, what a movie.
So we only have a little bit of time left. I just want, like, each time we do this, I would just kind of like to give a little update on where we are with the film.
Sure, yeah.
So we did some rewrites for the script. We have gotten input from other people. The script is complete. It is shipped. So people that are in the movie should have the script at this point.
We were looking at it earlier.
It's going to be good. So we are starting to do storyboard this weekend. I might do like a little clip with nothing that's spoiling the movie, so that way we can have it for the next time and say this is what we're doing with the storyboards and stuff like that. And we are moving forward. We have almost everything purchased. Like Jimmy has a giant box of stuff at his place with different gags, different prosthetics, and we're going all out. So
fuck.
And
Travis, hold on, I'll do the Travis. That was funny too.
And I think we're all just getting really excited. The posters are with JJ and Hefty. They have signed them all, so they are ready to sell. We all have PayPal and Venmo.
I got some trading cards I'm fixing to send out to all the boys. So
yeah.
I think I'm going to buy some sticker paper and print some more of these on sticker paper.
Okay. I'm definitely sticking them on stuff.
I'm putting one on the fucking back of my car.
Yeah. I'll do sheets of the poster, do sheets of the cards, do sheets of everything. So
okay.
So we're working on it. We're getting there, and everybody is super excited. I think my wife is probably tired of hearing me talk about it.
I'm pretty sure most people I know are sick of hearing me talk about it, but it sucks for them.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just super jealous because they're not in a movie like us.
Is super supportive of this.
We talked about having to get a new person to play a role since Britt had to
have a baby.
Have a baby.
Have my new grandkid. Yeah.
So we found our replacement actress. We have every role filled. We are ready to go. All we have left to do is some table reads and some test footage.
We have one more big prop we got to get, but we're waiting to hear from somebody.
Yes, which I'm gonna have to get at him tomorrow and be like, dude, what is going on, man?
Yeah.
We said by the 14th. It's fine.
By the 14th.
Yeah, we did tell him that. That's why I'm not in a rush.
Well, the thing is, like, whether he does or doesn't, not going to affect anything. We're still going to get it.
Well, no, but I mean, it would make me look like a fucking asshole.
It's all don't know.
But that's not what we're worried about right now. Everything is working out just fine. We're still going to be raising money, so if you're anywhere in New York and with these guys, they can sell you some, and then you can reach out. We can send other stuff. We do have when we get there to film, we will be taking behind the scenes videos and stuff that people will get to see. And also, you'll see pictures of like the entire cast and crew signing the posters and stuff for like something that we can auction or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, it's all going in a very good direction. We have every obstacle that we have had come up, we have pretty much taken care of. And I think we're just ready to push and practice and rehearse until June when we can start filming, because I'm ready to get this shit started. But that's my Anointed update.
I want to get this shit filmed so I can start editing. That's what I want.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy yesterday about it because he doesn't know about it. And I was like, he was like, wow, he's like, that's a quick turnaround time. He's like, what kind He's like, what kind of style of shooting you guys use? And I'm like, don't sweat it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be done.
What
and it's gonna be
are
awesome.
people thinking 3 months is like a short time?
Well, in between filming and to like when you want to
Edit
have it
and
out, that's
cut
a
it.
pretty quick turnaround, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
we're just setting the bar this high then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's like, yeah, that's a quick fucking turnaround time, but we're pretty sure we can get this shit done, man.
If we all lived close to each other, it would already be shot in
Yeah.
in the can right now. So
Yeah.
I'd be a lot broker right now.
Definitely. And we definitely wouldn't be here right now.
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't.
no,
Yeah.
the dream is to make this one good, and if it all works out great, then we just keep making movies.
All in the same universe. It's gonna be good.
That's right. What
One
is it, like
bad
the
day.
shitty day? What is it like the shitty day all around?
One bad day universe.
One bad day universe. Because it's like any
Yeah.
movie that we make that's going to take place is not going to end well. So then it ain't gonna be good.
I like the idea.
I do too.
Right.
I think it's great. It's like the dismal verse.
It's so sad.
It is. It's not good at all for me. Yeah, sweet. I'm in an 18 Hertz movie. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen.
How am I gonna fucking die this time? What kind of pussy am I gonna be?
What bullshit they got me in today. We need you to crawl on the ground and fall off a cliff.
And I heard that we changed in the script that I'm no longer wearing a man bun, so I don't have to worry.
Oh
about it.
no, you're definitely wearing it.
Man bun stays.
It's either a man bun or full Princess Leia with two man buns, like one on each side.
Oh.
Chun-Li.
Those are called space buns, my friend.
If you want to switch it to space buns, I'm open to that.
I'm not.
I'm taking one for the team in this, so
Yeah, but mine is longer.
No,
That's what she said.
That's what she did say. It's
Mm.
huge. It's huge.
I'll give you long. Mine just hits. Anyway,
But as you can see, guys, even just discussing something that we don't even say what it is, it can get emotions high. I cannot wait for this movie.
Yes.
I cannot wait for y'all to see it. I can't wait till I can stop being secretive about shit and just fucking shout it from the rooftop, like, check this shit out.
Yep.
look at what I got in this box right
I
here.
know. I can't wait till I can be like, look.
Yeah, I know.
Look.
Hold on, I'm not gonna show it, but I'm gonna shake it.
Oh,
Hell
you
yeah.
son of a bitch.
He's Marley and Marley.
Ooh. Christmas Carol. Love a Christmas Carol. Love it. But yeah, that's the update, and we'll have a new update for the next time.
Yes.
So,
I'm gonna have some screen tests coming out in a couple of weeks, so I'll start testing all my shit out as soon as I get the chance. And whether we release it or not, I don't know. Some of it may be spoilery, so we will probably just save it for the special edition.
Or we might be able to show a little thing like we did, because you saw the shotgun, so
Yeah.
all he's gonna be doing is shooting some shotgun shells. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I don't know what it's actually for.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows? Anybody else got anything else to add for the evening?
Thanks for everybody for showing up for this 2-hour
Yeah.
adventure. That's fucking wild. Thank
I had
you.
like 8 people hang out with us all night long, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks for everyone in the chat. Thank you guys, of course, for being here. We'll be back next month to do something else. We'll plan it like we normally do. This is the one show we actually plan out. So we'll have that for you soon. And tomorrow we'll be at Hefty's house for Tom and Amy's Paranormal Mysteries. On that note, be nice to people because you never know what's going on in their life, and your kindness might change their day. So just go out and be nice. It doesn't cost you anything. And boys, you got anything else to add?
I'm good, man.
You can't say that we have this pre-plan when the first thing I said is we don't have a plan when we come to this stuff. Makes you look like I'm a fucking liar.
Jesus.